Hello and welcome to yet another episode of Ragam Reference. And in this episode, I'm going to be sharing about the Ragam Andolika. Andolika is a rare Karnataka Sangeeta Ragam. Thyagaraja Raga Sudarasa வந்து இந்த ராகத்தோட ஒரு signature song அப்படின்னு சொல்லலாம். Not many kritis in this ragam. So let's now dive into what the important swaras, prayogas, gamakas and phrasings of this raga are. And then we will look at Raga Sudarasa, just the snatches from that beautiful kriti of Saint Thyagaraja. Adha paathuto, I'll also mention a varnam by Lalgudi Jayaraman sir. So in the Andolika, it's almost a folkish ragam. Sari mapa mapa sani da mari mapari sani da mari mari sa ni sari mari sa ni da ma pa ni sari mari mari sa ri ma pa ni da mari sa ri ma pa sa sa ni da mari ri ni da mari mari sa ma mari sa ni da mari ni sa. Beautiful phrasings like that are possible. Mamari sani da ma pa ni sa mari sa ri ma pa ni da ma pa ni sa mari kumara muruga dayala. An important phrasing from Lalgudi sir's beautiful varnam. Tirumal maruga un tirunamam tudi pos kidaredu tuyaredu pasani nida mamari sani sa. So this ragam, some of the phrasings are apparent through this varnam, but let's now go into the swaras themselves. Sari ma pa ni da mari ma pa ni da mari ma pa sa ni da mari ma pa ri sa ni da mari ma pa ni sa ni da ma pa sa ni da mari mari sa sari ma pa ni sa ni da mari sa. That is the arohanam avrohanam. Sari ma pa ni sa ni da mari sa sari ma pa ni sa ri sa ni da mari ri ma pa ni sa ri ma mari sa ni da ma pa ni sa ri mari sa ri ma pa ni da mari ma pa sa ni da mari ma pa ri sa ni da mari sa. A rich ragam. Sari ma pa ni sa ni da mari sa sari ma pa ni, pentatonic scale, what we call an Audava ragam. Sari ma pa ni sa ni da mari sa sari ma pa ni sa ri ni da mari jumps like that are very profound in this ragam. Ri ni da mari ni da mari ni ri sa ni sa ri ma pa ni da ma pa sa ri ni da mari. The beautiful flow. Probably because it's such a celebratory ragam, Saint Thyagaraja, whose Aradhana we just celebrated, has composed a very celebratory, happy song in this ragam. Raga Sudha Rasa Panida Mari Mapa. The signature is immediately established. Raga Sudha Rasa Pana Mujhe Si Panida Mari Mari Sa. So Thyagaraja starts with Panida Mari Mappa, reposing in the Panchama first, and then Panida Mari Mari Sa, thus establishing the Rimarisa Prayoga as well. Raga Sudha Rasa Panamu Babasanidama, a Sangati in Panamu. Panamu straight away and a variation. Panamu Mabasanida Mari Panamu Jesi Rajil Sani Sa, that repose in the Shadjam. Rajil Lave O Manasa Raga Sudha Rasa Raga Sudha Rasa Panamuje. Slides like that are beautifully evidenced in this kriti, telling us how to handle the raga. Panamuje si. Those are all very bright sangatis that I have heard more in instruments than in vaipat, than in vocal. For instance, Marisanida Mari Marisanisa, I've heard Ramani sir play it, I've heard Lalgudi sir play it. But for me, the definitive recording for this song has always been Dr. M.L. Vasantakumari Amma. Those sangatis and the way she navigates to the top madhyama. Raga Sudha Rasa Raga Sudha Rasa Panamujesi Rajil Lave O Manasa Raga Sudha. Who else can sing that sangati so beautifully? That sangati itself is a celebration of music. Raga Sudha Rasa Panamujesi Rajil Lave Manasa. Think of the raga, the swarupa of the raga, which is the building block of music. Think of that raga and take the essence of that raga and celebrate with it as a nectar of divinity. That is what Saint Thyagaraja says through this song. And the Anupalavi of this song is so beautiful because it starts interestingly in the upper sthai Rishabha. Yaga yoga tyaga boga palamo sange. And the sangati goordu gavanikano. Ni sari mari sa sari sani sange. That is what is called a Ravajadi sangati. Ni sari mari sa sari sani. There are so many little notes in that, and when you deconstruct, you get the whole picture. But the speed at which those sangatis are sung are lightning speed. And this, the charanam, the Anupalavi in all that glory gives rise to a very sedate charanam. Sada Shiva Maya Magu Nadonkara Swara. Because today I am talking to you about Andolika, and what is the building block of Andolika? The phrases. And the phrases are built with swaras, and the swaras are built with the nada omkara, which is the basic building block of sound, nada. Sada Shiva Maya Magu Nadomkara Swara. That's where Thyagaraja says Nadomkara Swara. Vitulu Jiva Muktulani Thyagarajo Teliyu. Vitulu Jivan Muktulani Thyagarajo Teliyu. Those who jnanis, the Jivan Mukti, those who are attaining that, they realize the profound power of Nada and Omkara, and Thyagaraja venerates that knowledge. So, Saint Thyagaraja was one of those visionary composers. He brings in Andolika, which is a very rare ragam. He talks about that ragam in the realm of music in Raga Sudharasa Panamujesi, and every line of this song, every phrasing is absolutely clear with the phrases of the ragam. So, let's now turn to the important prayogas of this ragam before looking at Lalgudi sir's varnam. Panida Mari Mappa, the establishing. So, this you can establish within 3 seconds. Panida Mari Mappa Sanida Mari Mappa Rima Panida Mari Marisa. Second, Mama Risa Nida Mapanisa. Approach to the Shadjam. Rima Risa Rima Panida Marisa Rima Pasasa Nida Marisa Rima Panida Marima Panida Marisa. The Jaru, the slide. Rima Panida Mari Mapasa Nida Mari Maparisa Nida Mari Mapanisa Rima Risa Nida Mari Marisa Nida Mari. What does that phrase tell us? The Ma is important, the Ni is a place where we repose, and Re is important. So, those 3 important swaras are established clearly in that phrasing. Ma Risa Nida Marisa Ni Rima Risa Nida Mapanisa. We don't always have to come to the Sa. The Varja, which means, the Varja means what? Leaving out the Sa or the Pa. Ni Rima Risa Nida Mapanisa Rima Risa Rima Panida Mari Marisa Ni Nirima Rima Risa Nida Mapanisa. In the end, we can come to the Shadja, thereby creating a tension. Now, this sense of creating a tension and then resolving it it has been handled beautifully in a raga like Andolika. It's not rare in Western music where composers create chords that are dissonant but then resolve later. And these are all dramatic devices, these are emotional devices in a raga that composers have used for centuries to create those emotions in the listener. Now, before we look at more of the phrasings, let's refer to Lalgudi sir's varnam in this. Thirumal marugaun Tirunamam Ninida mari mari zanisa Tudi por mari mari zari nida Nizari masarima. So interestingly, Lalgudi sir mari mari zari nida stops in a daivata Idaredu and then the ma, two of the rarer notes in this ragam. Tuyaredu and then he resolves in the shadjam. The charanam of this varnam is very interesting. Kumara muruga dayala Nirisanidama pasanidama rizari mari Kumara muruga dayala. Brightly starting in the ni. Nisanidama pasanidama rizari mari Siva bala Siva bala. So the ni in this ragam is almost the sa. Siva bala kumara. That's how we sing it. Siva bala kumara. Almost the sa. Kumara nirisari ni nirisari ni nirimarisani nisarima samarisani nirimarisani the mapasani nirisari ni the mari. All the drama happens in that region and Lalgudi sir exploits that region so beautifully. Kumara muruga dayala Shiva bala sa Rinida marini risa. The final swaram. Sa Rinida marini risa Nisari mapanida mapani sari sanida mapani sanida marim Rima panida marisa Rima pasanini Nida mari, ma pasa nida mari, ma parisa nida mari, ma pani sari mama, rima sari, mama nisa nida mari ma sari, ni sari ma pani sari ma sari kumara, muruga dayala, rima sari kumara. Those niceties are brought about as sangatis. Rima sari kumara, muruga dayala. Rima sari kumara, that's fine, but when you play it with gamaka, Rima sari kumara, muruga dayala. See the impact of it. And all these niceties are brought about through this varnam. So after Thyagaraja's Raga Sudharasa, for me the definitive composition is Lalgudi sir's varnam. So through this, we know how to handle Andolika when we sing Swara Kalpane. Mari ma sa mari ri za ni da ma pa ni za ri ma pa ni da ma ri ma pa sa sa ni da ma ri ma pa ri za ni da ma ri ri za ri ma pa ni da ma ri ma pa sa ni da ma ri ma pa ni sa ri ma sa ma ri za ni da ma pa sa ni da ma ri ni da ma ri ma ri za ni da ma ri za ni da ma pa ni za ri ma za ma ri za ri ma pa ni sa pa sa ni da ma pa ni sa ri ma sa ma ri za pa sa ni da ma ri za. Those sort of correspondences we can create extempore. What I sang now is not pre-composed, I improvised. And improvisation is probably constituting 80 to 90% of Karnataka Sangeetam. So with this interesting kind of framework in my mind, I am going to go off and practice a bit more of Andolika. I'll leave you with this ragam. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, please do so. And have a fantastic 2025. So what I did was I took a bit of a pause because I was spending time with family. I was enjoying the music season. I had a wonderful experience performing Isai Payanam concerts in various sabhas. I also recorded for A.R. Rahman sir a song on Thiruvalluvar with lyrics from Kamal Haasan sir. So that all happened in December. So my December was colorful. Valluva Malai, if you have a chance, please go hear it. I've put the link in the description box as well. So the song was launched by the Honorable Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, Thiru M.K. Stalin Avargal, and this was to commemorate the glass bridge. This புதுசா கட்டியிருக்கிற ஒரு பாலம் அது திருவள்ளுவரை வந்து celebrate பண்றதுக்கு. ஸோ உங்களில் பல பேர் மனசில் இருக்கும், இவ்வளோ நேரம் இங்கிலீஷில் பேசிட்டு நீங்கள் திடீர்னு திருவள்ளுவரை பற்றி பேசுகிறீங்க அப்படின்னு. திஸ் ரீசன் இஸ் ஐ ஜஸ்ட் வாண்ட் எவ்ரிபடி அக்ராஸ் த வேர்ல்ட் டு பி ஏபிள் டு அப்ரிஷியேட் த nuances and the phrasings which I use to describe the raga, because I think that's very important. Those who know me know I love Tamil a lot. So take care and have a very fantastic year. Namaskaram.